Most of us are stressed out beyond our limits. You come home after a long day at work, you gotta cook, clean, do all these things, and it's just too much. If you feel stressed out, you're not alone. The National Health Organization conducted a study in 2016 that said 1 in 5 adults in America are overstressed or fatigued, and much of that is mental fatigue. So that's why I feel personally that meditation, regular meditation, is so important. And speaking from experience, because I do it regularly, I know firsthand the benefits that it brings, and that is going to be the focus of this speech. So throughout this speech, I'm going to talk about the need for meditation, how to specifically do it step by step, and the benefits that come from doing it as well. So again, in this fast-paced American society we live in, many of us simply have too much on our plates for too long. For example, in the workplace, many people work more hours than they should. For example, the International Labor Organization brings out that the U.S. is the most overworked developed country in the world. We work 499 hours more than France, 260 hours more than Britain, and 137 hours more than Japan. And then that's just one aspect of life. But then after that, the family responsibilities, the things you have to do around the house, things that come up such as car accidents and unexpected events. And this is just too much stress, too much stimulus for most of us. And that leads to mental exhaustion. Now, mental exhaustion has many negative effects. For one, it has emotional negative effects: lack of productivity, difficulty concentrating, depression. Physical negative effects are increased illnesses, migraine headaches, frequent migraine headaches, insomnia, loss of appetite. Behavioral problems: poor performance at work, irritability, calling in often, not being able to keep promises and commitments, and you name it. And I can keep going on and on. But now that we see that there's a need for meditation to combat mental fatigue, I want to talk about how to specifically do it. And before I do that, I think it's important to bring out that there are several different types of meditation. You have a few are concentration meditation, where you just focus on one thing, such as your breathing or saying a word or a phrase over and over again. You have mindfulness meditation, where you just let your thoughts flow and wander. And you have compassion meditation, which is a lot of times practiced by Buddhist monks, focused on developing compassion for people. But the one that I'm specifically focusing on and talking about is concentration meditation. And the reason I got into that type specifically is because mental fatigue is caused by too much stimulus to the brain. So concentration meditation is focusing on one thing and clearing the mind of everything else, getting rid of that clutter. So that's why I feel that concentration is the best when it comes to mental fatigue specifically. So what you want to do is find a quiet spot first off, and that spot needs to be as filled with less distractions as possible. What I like to do is put myself in the room, shut out the lights, shut out all the noise as I can, and just make it as less distracting as possible. You want to set a timer because it's easy to go too long. The general rule of thumb you want to do is start out with 5 minutes and then work your way up. So set a timer, sit in a comfortable position. You can sit in the chair on your bed. You don't want to get too comfortable that you fall asleep, but you want to be comfortable and relaxed. Close your eyes and focus only on your breathing. Don't try to breathe in and out unnaturally, but just breathe naturally like you normally do. And just notice and just focus on that. Notice how you breathe naturally in and out, and let your mind focus only on that. If your mind wanders, bring it back to your breathing. And try to do it daily. If you do it daily, you'll see better benefits. So Speaking of benefits, what are those benefits? Well, one, it reduces stress. The National Health Organization conducted a study of over 3,500 adults and that study concluded that meditation lived up to its reputation for de-stressing. It relieved symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome, PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder, and fibromyalgia. It also lengthens your attention span. It's been said that meditation is the weightlifting for your mind, the weightlifting for your attention span. In a study by the Center for Cognitive Neuroscience, individuals took an 8-week meditation course, and after that 8 weeks, those individuals were able to reorient their minds quicker and stay focused on a task for longer than they had previously been able to do before the course. Also, it helps fight with addictions. Meditation builds mental strength, so it gives you the strength, the discipline to quit addictions. For example, the National Health Institute did another study that taught 19 recovering alcoholics how to meditate, and it showed that those alcoholics had better control of their cravings and their stress-related cravings. So it helps fight addictions. It improves sleep. It helps you better control those runaway thoughts when you're laying in bed at night and you got insomnia because you can't turn your mind off. It helps you better to be able to control those thoughts and to get better sleep. So I can keep going on and on, but I don't have the time. But there are so many benefits that come with regular meditation. I mentioned in my informative speech that I suffered from depression, and I also brought out how meditation was key in helping me to cope with it. I won't be exaggerating and say meditation has truly changed my life for the better. So I urge you to please try it. Start with 5 minutes a day, every day, and it changed my life. I'm sure it will change yours as well. Thank you.